of the leader of humanity, Prophet Muhammad, his household and companions and followers. Today is another day in which we are expecting election tomorrow in this country, Nigeria. We have hoped it will happen last week, but Allah decided. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who decreed, and there's time, and nobody can change the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We accepted the destiny in good faith. Everybody, Muslim or non-Muslims, should come out tomorrow to cast their votes. Each and everyone should be given fear-free opportunity of casting his or her vote. Now, the question the Khutbah is discussing today is the issue of politics as regard to malams or imams. There have been speculations all over that some imams are engaged in politics. It is a misconception for a Muslim to think that an imam has no role to play in politics. It's a very terrible misconception. Imam, by his nature of leading congregation, is a politician. For him to be in front, leading hundreds, if not thousands, that is leadership, and that is politics. You must be mentally affected when you don't realize that there is politics in that. Islam is a religion that did not separate politics from the mosque. The mosque and politics are the same in Islam. It is unfortunate that those who are leading the Ummah today as imams, some are not qualified to be imams. And that's why somebody somewhere who knows nothing about Islam will condemn in total ulamas as regards to the issue of politics. It's very sad. Our very near history of Usman bin Fodio tells you clearly that a Muslim malam is a clear, defined politician with direction, not even the type of politics we are engaged in, politics of money and selfish interest. Politics of reality, of ideology, of concept, of compromised concept. That was what happened during the time of Usman bin Fodio. Was a preacher, was a malam, was a politician to the core. And go and read our history. It's not far. When the Western world came, colonial masters, through force, sophisticated weapons of that time were used to oppress, to kill innocent Muslims of that time. This is just only 230 years ago. When there is no Nigeria, Islamic politics was in existence in most part of what is called Nigeria today. Till Osun State, Ede was governed by Islamic system of governance. All our areas in the north, are flag bearers of Islamic system of governance. Politics and Salat and Zakat at the same time. So someone somewhere may be an absolute ignorant person by saying that he is confused. He must be confused. He must be confused. It's very unfortunate that some scholars are greedy enough to sell their honor and respect for small amount of money from politicians. That's why they became instruments of supplication. They will go to Umrah and come back, supplicate for criminal leaders. Those who are supposed to be in the custody of PFCC. You find some scholars backing them, praying for them, saluting them, celebrating them, honoring them, and that's why they have the guts to say that nonsense to some scholars. It's not every field of politics of today that a scholar will participate. You cannot be roaming about with women, telling lies, promises that are not real. And Imam should not do that. But he must know the role he must play for the Ummah. Or else he should disqualify himself not to be an Imam. Allah in the Quran mentioned politics. Allah says, all you who believe, enter into Islam completely. Completely. You don't have part left behind. As you pray in the mosque, you have a say in the market, you have a say in the court, you have a say in schools, you have a say in everything. And that was the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's why the simple definition of Islam is submission. And Islam is a complete way of life. And politics cannot be exempted. In fact, politics is so important that you don't play with it. The last regime, if you are to recall lives you have lost in the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the casualty of BH was concentrated 90% in the Muslim Ummah. Youth will go out of Borno, in Maiduguri particularly, in hundreds. If they come back, that's our lucky. If they don't come back, nobody will ask about them. And by extension, all other states of BH crisis. Even Kano, which is far from the zone of BH, you are aware one of the Ramadans, more than 500 worshippers were killed in the mosque. In Ramadan, by bombs from nowhere, because of carelessness of the leadership at that time. Allah brought us a way out. And people are complaining. The Muslims are handling their own house of data. They don't have concern in politics. Why should you not have concern in politics? Because you are not committed, you are not serious. Whosoever doesn't have concern for the Ummah should leave the Ummah. He's not among the Ummah. You must be concerned. Now Allah says, obey Allah, obey His Messenger, and the leaders among you. That is politics. Leadership is politics. All those who are making noise about the issue of leadership. And if there are differences, you return back the affairs to Allah and His Messenger. If you really believe in Allah on the day of judgment. Ali bin Abi Talib says, it is the right of the leader to make sure that justice reigns under his leadership. Justice. And this justice is for everybody, including Muslim, non-Muslim, even animals. Under your leadership, you must be fair and just to them, animals. And the second aspect of Ali's explanation, he said, and they must discharge the trust. They should not betray the trust. The challenges this country is facing more is the betrayal of trust of leadership in Nigeria. Betrayal of trust. Unfortunately, those who are doing salat are among them. Those who are doing salat are among those who have betrayed the trust. That's why you should open your eyes and scream. It's not a prerequisite because you are a Muslim, then you are doing etiquette. You have to scream. Look at the CV and history of those who are trying to emerge leaders in this country at all levels. And you know the most dangerous is the presidency. You have to be very, very careful and select wisely. Don't select your wish, but select the person who actually deserves so far. So far, you should be very wise and open your eyes and select somebody trustworthy. Somebody who will not sell us to our enemies. The Western world are not happy when you have leaders who are going to be fair and just. Now, Nigeria is being rated among the worst countries of corruption. Where are all these resources taken to? To the Western countries. And they are enjoying the resources of not only Nigeria, African continent. Now, our independence in providing for ourselves what to eat is not a joy to them. It's not a joy to them. And to have a government that would tackle corruption would not be a happy government to them. Why can't they return all our resources back to us if they are not corrupt? Are they so correct about the Muslims taking the money to Saudi Arabia or Pakistan? They are taking it to them. So you should be very, very wise and know the battle is in and out. Everybody is out for this country because Allah has blessed Nigeria. Don't add to the criminality of leaders who are not concerned with the nation but concerned with their families and their pockets. Allah says in the Quran, indeed Allah commands you to render trust to whom they are due. And when you judge, you should judge with justice. You are judging people, judge them with justice. When you are judging your leaders to select, also be just and fair. Now the following are advice. Make sure you have justification before Allah of whom you are voting for tomorrow and beyond. Go out tomorrow, inshallah, with your PVCs and cast your vote for the most qualified. Even if you feel both qualified, then look for the most qualified. Pray hard that Allah may assist us in making the best choice for this nation, because this nation is suffering. It's suffering not because we don't have the resources, but we have looters as leaders. INEC must be free and fair to each and every candidate, and Allah will ask them of the responsibility. Security agencies must protect Nigerians. They should make sure justice also is done to Nigerians in the premises and even beyond, so that they will cast their votes peacefully. Let us engage much in prayers, so that Allah will look at our hearts and select the best for us, so that we will not continue to be going through pains that has no reason in this nation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the process. May Allah make the selection to be easy. And may Allah give us peace through the program of the election. And may Allah give us peace in this nation, even after the election, and all other Muslim nations.